Hello friends, Namaste. So today I am going to teach you how to do Padmasana. So many people find it difficult because Padmasana needs a high flexibility of three joints, that is your ankle, knee and a hip. So if one joint also not flexible, it becomes difficult to get into Padmasana, and people who are having heavy legs and a thigh, they also find it difficult. So today I am going to teach you a technique or a steps to get into Padmasana, where your Padmasana will become easy if your joints are stiff or if your thighs are heavy. So you'll be able to perform your Purna Padmasana much better. So before we start practicing Padmasana, we need to warm up all the joints which are involved for Padmasana. So first, so whenever you start the practice, you must do this. So first you have to move your feet. So you can do it for 15 to 20 times. Since we are making video, I'll show you quickly. So move them front and back. It will help you to mobilize your ankle. Then you have to rotate them clockwise, anti-clockwise. So this also you can do for 15 to 20 times. Then move them other way around. And then you have to move them in and out. So these are the movements which will mobilize your ankle and warm up your ankle. Then you have to mobilize your knee. So bend your knee, bend your leg like this, and then start rotating your knee clockwise and anti-clockwise. So again, this movement also you can do for 15 to 20 times and repeat the same with other leg. So this warm up is very important before you start your Padmasana in clockwise and anti-clockwise. Then you have to practice Baddha Konasana or a butterfly pose, where you get your feet close, interlock your fingers, pull them towards you, back straight, and start flipping your legs with good amount of force. When you do that, it will help you to open your hip. It will also help you to warm up your hip. So this you can do for 2 to 3 minutes or also 5 minutes if you are comfortable doing it for a longer time. So once you are done with this, then you have to stretch your leg. Then you have to fold your right leg, place your right foot into your left elbow, right elbow around your right knee, lock your fingers and start doing Shishupalasana. So again, as you see, this will help you to open your hip and it will also help you to open your knee. So similar way you have to do with the other leg. So place it into elbow. So many people does mistake, they place elbow beneath. Should come around and then start rolling it. So initially you may find it difficult. You may not be able to catch your fingers, but if you practice regularly, you're able to catch your fingers and can observe a stretch at your hip as well as your knee. So again, once you are done this for 2 to 3 minutes, you can stretch your legs, keep your legs stretched. Now you have to fold your right leg, place it on your thigh. So people, those who are finding difficulty in Padmasana, for them what will happen? They will not be able to drop their knee down. Their knee will remain up. Their hip is tight, their ankles are tight. So what you have to do? If your knee is going up like this, you have to start pressing it down. So this is as good as Ardha Padmasana, as you can see. So this pressing of your knee down like this will help you to open your hip and ankle. So preparing your leg for Purna Padmasana. So one is you can move it for 20 to 30 times, and once it becomes a little loose and relaxed, you can keep pressing and hold this pose for 2 to 3 minutes. So you will experience a nice stretch at your hip, thigh, knee and ankles. All three joints will get stretched nicely. And similar way, you have to repeat with the other sides, where you place your foot on your thigh, and then if your knee is coming up, start pushing it down. Not necessary that it should touch down completely, how much ever you can, without creating much discomfort. It's okay if there is a stretch, but it shouldn't be painful. So keep doing it for 15 to 20 times, and after that you hold it for 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Now once you're done with that, stretch your legs and just relax your knees by tapping them down. It will help you to loosen your knees. It will help you to get rid of that discomfort which might have happened practicing previous movement. Once you're done with the tapping, you have to fold your left leg, getting it close to your body. And then you have to place your right foot on your left thigh. So again, same thing what we did earlier, but here bottom leg is folded. And then again start pushing the knee down. Again, you can repeat this for 15 to 20 times, and then you can just press it down and hold it there. And repeat the same thing for other side. So where you get your right heel close to your body, then place your left foot on your thigh and start pushing that knee down. So initially, if you are not able to get it up to your thigh, you can also place it on your leg and then push it down. Start pushing it down. And after doing it for 15 to 20 times, keep pushing it down and maintain that pressure for 1 to 2 minutes. So once you are done with this, stretch your legs. So if you are a beginner with Padmasana, it's very difficult if you are not able to do even Ardha Padmasana. I would suggest you to practice only this movement for at least 10 to 15 days. So once you practice for 10 to 15 days, then only you can move to the next practice. So where you get into a previous pose, heel down, then get into Ardha Padmasana, placing your right leg on your left thigh. Then you have to place your hands in front of you and start walking your hands forward as much as you can. So when you do that, it will help you to open your ankle because of that pressure. So it mainly works for your ankle. So when you go down, so our aim is you should be able to touch your forehead down. And stay there for 1 to 1.5 minutes or until unless you can bear. But make sure it has to be very, very gradual. Initially, if you're able to reach here and if you start getting pain at ankle, you hold this pose. So few days you practice and gradually, day by day, you should be able to move forward. So don't rush, don't hurry up, otherwise you may injure your ankle or a knee. And similar way, you have to practice other side where you get your right heel close to your body. Place your left foot on your right thigh. We have already practiced pushing the knee down. So now you place your hands and start stretching your hands out forward. So this will give a nice opening to your left ankle, knee and hip. So it will increase the intensity of your Ardha Padmasana. So Padmasana generally people who are not able to do, it's not advisable to do Purna Padmasana and start pushing. It's always get better with one leg first, then only you move to the Purna Padmasana. So once you have done all the practice, then you will be ready for Purna Padmasana. So first you have to place your right leg on your left thigh, then start folding your left leg. So here you may find it difficult. What happens? For people, one leg comes up very easily, the other leg doesn't move. So what you do, don't try to push it. Don't try to push it. It will definitely injure your knee. So what you have to do, you get it closer. So if you are able to get this closer, then sit in this pose for some time. You will experience a nice stretch. Then get it a little more. Get a little more up and again sit here for some time. So practice this for a few days. Try not to hurry. Try not to finish it off in a one day. It needs at least a month of practice, and practice has to be very, very gradual. So once, see, initially for you, this will be with lot of discomfort. This will be with ease, right? But once you practice this for 2-3 days, then this will also become easy. Then once this becomes easy, then only you try to push it more. Then again, this becomes easy. Try to push it further more. So once you are able to achieve this pose, to get your Padmasana even more better, you have to try to walk your hands out forward. So once you are able to do this, that means you have achieved a complete and with ease Padmasana. You have to repeat the same thing with the other side. So where you will place your left foot first on the thigh, then slowly first you will get your right heel as close as possible to your body. So initially this will be a little uncomfortable. Once this becomes comfortable after a few days of practice, place it up. Get it more and more close to your body. So after a few days of practice, sit in this for a longer time. So whenever you find time, so For Padmasana, there is not much of a food restriction because there doesn't come much pressure on your abdomen. So you can do up 45 minutes after your food. So whenever you find a time during day, try to sit in this pose for a longer time. So to get any asana, you need to practice it for a longer time. If you push it harder, then next day it becomes even more difficult. So hold this. If this is not comfortable, go a little back. Hold this for a longer time, then get it in. If you, then this will also become eventually, if you keep practicing, this will also become comfortable. Once this becomes very comfortable, then only you have to push to next level. And once you're able to cross your legs, sit into Purna Padmasana, don't stop it there. Then again there will be a high possibility that you may lose the flexibility. So we have to push flexibility to another level. So that will happen by walking your hands and bending forward and touch your forehead down. So until unless in Padmasana, if you are able to touch your forehead down, that's my personal suggestion. If you find it, if you have discomfort at your knee in this pose, until unless that discomfort goes, don't try to bend forward. But if you're able to do this very comfortably, push your step one step ahead and try to get into this pose. So what that will make your Padmasana more intense, or what do you say, more advanced, right? So where your ultimate goals should be that your heel should be able to touch your, so this all will take much more longer time, and further goal should be where you should be able to lock your Padmasana. So this should be your later goal. So once you're able to do Padmasana and hold it comfortably, it may take months of practice, and if you practice regularly, definitely you will get it. Then only you move to the next level. So please try, and please avoid doing Padmasana if you have any injuries around your ankle, knee or hip, or if you have any surgeries of your ankle, knee or hip, then it is not at all advisable. If you have arthritis of your knee joint, then also it's not advisable, better not to practice. If you don't have any such complication, then it's a thumbs up to practice Padmasana, and you can follow this step. And again, the main advice is go slow and hold asana for longer time. Each step you move forward, practice that, master that step, then only move to the another one. Okay, so I hope with this practice, surely you will get your Padmasana. And if you find this useful, if this video has helped you, don't forget to press the like button, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Namaste.